Peace and love. Peace and love. How's everybody today? Sister Nzinga's back here on Flowing and Growing with Sister Nzinga. Our YouTube channel is growing, and I want to say thank you to everyone who is listening, who's been watching, sharing, liking, commenting, and subscribing. Thank you. My within a week's time, I've gotten 2 more subscribers. Thank you so much. You'll be hearing from me soon, as long as there's a way to be able to communicate with you back on here, the information that you left. Please, again, comment to me. I want you guys to talk black to me because I'm having this contest that the person who has showed me the best use of Think It Ain't Illegal Yet, which is taking hold of and implementing new knowledge, you're going to be receiving a $25 gift certificate at the end of this month. So please continue to watch and to comment. Again, we're here today where our mantra is think it ain't illegal yet. And our purpose and our goal and our passion is to emancipate ourselves from mental slavery. So let's talk about it Tuesday. So we're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about some shit today that hopefully will make you just think. Think about, well, why this, why that? That's the thing. We want some hard facts to make you think about certain stuff. And some people are old enough to know this, but then some are not. But let me just share with you that when I grew up, I graduated from high school in 1975. And when we had junior high school, we were given home economics. And the guys had what they call shop. So the guys would learn how to do woodworking. They would learn how to work with cement. They would learn how to do car repairs and things like that for the brothers. For the ladies, we would learn cosmetology. We would learn how to cook, how to clean, how to sew. All those things were given to us because these are skills that we could use as we grow, older, and just perhaps if you didn't go to college, you would at least have a skill. And do you know, I would say maybe probably about like, I would say we're within, I know it was within 10 years after that they just totally took that stuff out of the schools. And it might have been before that. So can you think why they wouldn't do that? Because why they're telling you, oh, everybody wants to go to school and go to college and blah, blah, blah. It's because this society is preparing you to work for them. Not for you to be independent, not for you to be a thinker, not for you to have anything that you can analyze and try to think and create for yourself. They want you to go to school, go to college, and then work for them. And it's still a part of the mental slavery because you go to school, we all know that they lie. We all know that they don't put the good things about other cultures in the history books. They don't even teach it. And then some of the stuff that they do teach, it's lies. We all know that. So why are they just giving you this thing here and then tell you have to go to college? Because most of the time when you go to college, the cost of college is just ridiculous. And most of the times that once you get out of college, you are $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 in debt. So then what you want to do, of course, you want to immediately get a job so you can start paying off your debt. So there's still part of the slavery idea. They lie to you, tell you what they think that you need to know. Then they tell you, okay, now we're going to tell you some more lies and kind of brainwash you and now get you in our grasp to think the way we do and to operate the way that they want you to operate. And then once you start working for them, they got you because it's all connected. It's all connected. Okay, so just think about that. Put some thoughts into that. And so and then thinking about that and you see the reality of it is that what we need to do is think about a plan. If you have children, you start preparing your children with some type of skill so they can be ready for themselves once that they are able to get out of school and start making some careers and some career moves and some plans for themselves. Because I don't believe that college is for everybody. Some people are meant for that, and some people can't tolerate the way that the teachers talk down to the students. Some people can't tolerate that, and then sometimes we have young men that are the head of a household in their homes, and so when you have a non black person, I'm just keep it real. We have a non-black person coming to you and trying to talk down to you and tell you do this and you need to do that. Sometimes it's difficult for a young man to be able to tolerate that, and they have to understand that well, look, at home, because of his situation, he's the man of the household. I'm not saying that it's right or wrong, but these are some people's realities. So it's hard for it to have somebody come in and trying to tell them what to do, especially if they're telling them or they're talking down to them or demeaning them, and trying to tell them that they can't do this and not doing anything productive or uplifting to them. It's kind of difficult for that young man to do that. Like I said, I'm not saying that it's right or wrong, but this is some people's reality. I know when I said substitute, we had, a few issues like that. But overall, just want you just to think about why they have changed this school system, because they want you to just to follow along with this idea of theirs. Okay. Another thing to think about is why is it that if you're not using an iPhone, and I'm just trying to put people on blast. If you don't have an iPhone, people shun you. Like everybody has to have an iPhone. People talking to you, oh, da 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 da, when they're saying something. Oh, you got an iPhone? Oh, can you FaceTime me? Can you do this? Just making an assumption that everybody's getting an iPhone. Well, everybody ain't getting an iPhone, and everybody that has an iPhone is losing money. I guarantee you. Because if you look at those plans that they offer you, it sounds good. Oh, every time a new one comes out, you get money, blah blah blah. But you got to turn in that phone, which has value, and then they're gonna give you a new one, which has, I guess it does have some value. But all they're doing is just reusing the phones and giving them back to you. You still got to pay for it. You still got to pay for the other one in full. I mean, so these things, these labels, I think it's ridiculous, because nowadays, okay, I'm gonna come back, but let me before I leave this thing with the iPhone. It's ridiculous the cost of an iPhone, because there are other phones that do the exact same thing. But we are so caught up on this label stuff that we just got to have an iPhone. And iPhones cost the most. iPhones, they do I guess they do some things that other phones don't do. But but I would say a lot of other companies are catching up with that, and they are all doing the same thing. But it's just that it's that name brand thing that people got to have, which is another subject I want to talk about as far as this name brands. Why is it that some parents would opt to spend money that they don't have and dress their kids in certain things just so their kids don't get bullied at school? That why should that be a consideration? That I'm going to say, well, I'm going to make sure that my child has the name brand this, the name brand that, because I don't want them to get bullied at school. I mean, and the fact about that is so true, because children are so cruel, they don't realize that they will talk about a person if they don't got on the latest this, they don't have on the one that everybody else is wearing, and even this Roblox thing, a child will tease you and say, well, why come you don't have no Roblox credit? Why come you can't do this? Why come you can't do that? And I think it starts in the home, that I think that a parent needs to talk to a child and tell the child that, no, we may not have this or that, but this is how we operate in our home. And for that child to be strong and understanding and knowing that this is how things operate in our home, and defend yourself. No, I don't have to have a name brand this, because, you may have that, but we have this, we have that. I mean, when this is really, even this conversation sounds crazy to me, but it's a shame that you have to prepare your children for conversations like this. That they have to defend themselves because they don't have on a name brand sneaker, or because they don't have a cell phone, or they don't have credits on Roblox. I mean, this is really true. My grandson, he's only in first grade. This little boy, he told me he didn't have any Roblox. He says, why? So is your mom poor? Like, really? So what is his parent telling him? That he would ask another little boy why he don't have Roblox, and if he doesn't have the Roblox, that why his mom must be poor. I mean, so these are things that we really, really, really need to kind of take in considerations, especially those of us that have children. And another thing is that I don't know how you were raised or if you were raising children, but do you know it's so very, very important that we do not have adult conversations around children, and that we reinforce the behaviors in each household, so your child can understand that I don't care how the friends act, or what your friend at school say, or what the neighbor did, or what happened when you went over your cousin's house. These are the rules of our household. Because if you don't have any discipline, then things are out of control. And when things are out of control, boy, then you have dis-ease. Dis-ease is not just in the body. Dis-ease is in the mind. Dis-ease is in your surroundings, and definitely it's in your thoughts. So I just these are things that are really, I think, that are really important, because when we start to emancipate ourselves from mental slavery, we have to start making decisions not based on what's popular, not based on what's trending, not based on what my mama did, or what the people on my street did, or whoever. We have got to start thinking And we have to start thinking for ourselves and think of how things are resonating with us personally. And if it doesn't resonate with you, then, you don't have to do it. You don't have to be it. I don't know how many times I can say it. That I know that the cool thing is just to, go with everybody else, wear what they wearing, and, so forth and so on. But we know that that's just a farce, and that's part of the slavery. That's part of the slavery. I mean, and they always got us thinking about something that's really not uplifting or really good for our community, but they got our minds occupied on these things and spending money on these things, and it has nothing to do with us. I want to touch on holidays a little bit. I mean, some holidays, St. Patrick's Day, I mean, even Easter for but I'm not trying to mess with nobody's religious thing. But, we go when we spend money on these type of things just to decorate and so forth. And then why? Then you get it and you throw it away. I mean, just think of maybe during that time it's something that you wanted to work on. It's a project that you got going on. And you may need a little extra spending change. But you want to know, I gotta put the little Easter bunny things on my windows. Or I got to put the little things in the yard or all that kind of stuff. That's money wasted. It's money wasted. When you're trying to, I mean, we're free to choose to do what we want to do, because I'm not going to take the freedom from you. But when we are working towards something, and that something does not resonate or is not in line with the goals that we're trying to receive, sometimes you have to just say no. You have to say no to family members. You have to say no to, on the job. They say, well, look, we're going to do this on the job. We're going to go out here. We're going to go do such and such and such. Then you have to be able to say no. You have to be able to say no. So, again, I'm outside today, and I'm in the city, so you might have heard some music playing in the background, whatever, but that's kind of where I'm at right now, but it's not going to stop me from having my Tuesdays. I may not get it posted as early as I'd like to, but I'm always going to be here on my Tuesdays as promised. So I'm really not going to hold you too long today. I just want you to continue to think, because it's not illegal yet, and we've got to start thinking about the things that we eat, the things that we say, the places that we go, and the people that we're around. And most importantly, I would really like to say that it's very, very important, if you have children, to not let children listen to the music that you listen to. The music that we listen to as adults is not conducive for children. And so a child has no business being able to know the names of certain songs and be able to have access to certain stories that's that's being said in the songs, certain actions, something like that. And and why is it okay? But this is something that's a two-sided sword, I guess, as they would say, that phrase, because we as Africans, we always have music. We've always had music, and with sisters dance, and the sisters dance moving the hips and so forth. But it's just that this society has made the things that we do, they have turned it into a negative thing, like this twerking stuff. Because you can find a little girl, she's only 3 or 4 years old, but when that music come on, here she starts twerking, starts doing this little stuff, shaking her behind and so forth. But why is that? It's because of her parent. So she must have seen other adults doing it, and so now she thinks that it's okay for her to do it. And then the part about it is that we don't stop them from doing it. And then it just becomes what they do. And then next you know, she's she out here, a teenager out here twerking and getting herself in trouble and so forth and so on. So, boy, I'm telling you, it's a lot to deal with, a lot to talk about. But I'm just asking you to really think about the things that you do, your decisions that you make, and take responsibility for your actions. And I'm going to continue with some hard facts the rest of this month, and hopefully we can get you guys to comment and to talk about the things that you have implemented through listening to me, or even through something you learned from somebody else, or class you went to, or whatever. But as long as you are progressing and you are working towards emancipating yourself from mental slavery, then I'm all for it. I'm all for it. So I'm going to sign out a little early today, and I'd like to thank you, everybody, for checking in with me on today. Be well, make good food choices, make good choices overall. So I will leave for now, saying thank you, everybody, again, and God loves you, and so do I.